Well, can we make a video by candlelight? Gee, it really doesn't look that way, does it? Maybe if we add the cell phone to the video. No? How about if we push the button and turn on a couple other lights? Looks like those could be a little bit brighter. Oh, too bright. All done right there with the cell phone. Today I'm taking a look at the GVM, or Great Video Maker, 1300D flat panel LEDs. Comes in a nice carrying case, includes 2 light stands, 2 power supplies, and of course the 2 lights with barn doors. So that's really a very complete kit. The only thing it doesn't come with is batteries, and these do have the option of running on 2 Sony MPF batteries. And that's a pretty common battery. If you're looking at lights, you probably already own a handful of Sony MPF batteries. So that makes a nice portable option if you don't have a place to plug them in. And of course, everything comes in these cute little black kind of velvety bags that I will probably never use again. GVM did send these lights for us to try out, but they are not paying for the video, so all the opinions are my own, and they don't get to preview the video or have any input in what I say in this video. The 1300D is a 65 watt Bi Color and RGB light. Now, bicolor means that it can have a color temperature from 3200 to 5600 Kelvin. So right now we are at 5600 Kelvin. If I turn it all the way down, it makes everything warmer, and that is 3200 Kelvin for temperature. I usually leave the white balance on my camera set higher, so I don't turn these all the way down. They're also adjustable in brightness. That's way too bright. This is at 30% brightness in my little office, so that's plenty of light here in my little office. I could probably do a better job positioning them. I see some sort of a reflection back here that probably doesn't need to be there if I move the light over there a little bit further. But you get the idea. That's real handy to be able to adjust this while you're looking at the camera. Usually you got to set all the lights up, then go sit in front of the camera and say, oh no, my face is overexposed or underexposed. So that's pretty handy. Now, what does RGB mean? RGB means you can change the actual color of the light. And it has all the colors in the spectrum there. It's pretty creepy. Probably some good Halloween use for this stuff. And you can change the saturation of those colors so they're not quite as rich a color. And of course, you can change the brightness of the colors as well. So lots of things you can do, all from the cell phone app. And most of these things you can do right from the light. Now we're going to take a look at the controls from the light here in just a minute. But like so many lights like this, they also have the ability to do some special effects. So when I came in with my candle, having them set to the candle mode might have made this a little bit more believable, and somebody might have thought I was actually lighting this scene with a candle. But I'm not. Really lighting it with the GVM lights. And of course, no light is complete without a lightning setting, or a police car, fire engine, whatever you want to call that, emergency lights, and the flickering TV setting, so I can sit here and make you believe I'm really watching TV instead of talking to you on a video. The bad light bulb effect, that's another one most of these lights have. This one's called Party, but there's also one called Disco. You guys all disco? I don't really dance, so disco's not quite my thing. And Paparazzi, supposed to look like flash bulbs going off. We'll go back to this setting because I think this is a little bit more realistic. Let me take one of these lights down, put it on a shorter stand right here so that we can take a closer look at it. These light stands that it comes with are definitely a lightweight light stand. They're fairly tall though, so they're tall enough for anything I need to do. But I do like the fact that this folds up all the way backwards, and that makes a fairly nice compact stand that'll be easy to store somewhere. So these will be a pretty decent light stand, and like I say, they're nice and lightweight. And these are not heavy lights, so there's not a big risk of tipping them over with the lightweight stand. So this is the light. Just a regular flat panel LED. All of the controls are on the back. There's a power switch. One side is for wall power, and I've currently got it plugged into the power brick. And the other side is for batteries, and I don't have the batteries in, so of course it doesn't come on without that. It has a brightness control. I don't know if you can see that getting brighter. I hate to shine it right in your face though. And then it has the color controls. And that way we can change the Kelvin temperature for the bicolor light feature. But we can also then change that to the RGB feature. And this knob then is what changes the color of the light. And you got to turn this a whole lot. This is a lot easier to do from the app to change the color temperature of the light. And you can also change the saturation here, so you can get deeper, richer colors right there. So everything but the special effects can be controlled from the back of the light. If you're going to use a cell phone app, you set it to an app mode, or you set one of them to the app mode, the other one you set to a slave mode, and then the first light communicates with the second light. Or you can set the first light to master and the second light to slave. And you can set either light either way and they'll communicate back and forth. If you are using that Bluetooth feature, it has multiple channels, so you can set both lights to the same channel, and that way if you have more than one set of lights that you're using, they can be set on different channels, and hopefully you don't get any interference. I will say though that in testing these out, I found out that the Bluetooth between the two lights wasn't good over a very big distance. And here I've had them about 5 feet apart, been working fine at that distance. But I tried them out in the wood shop area earlier and they were about 12 feet apart, and I could not get the master slave or the app slave feature to function properly. It worked some of the time, didn't work some of the time. So that Bluetooth signal isn't real strong. Not a big deal. The app signal from the phone to the light that's set to app is plenty strong enough to reach whatever distance you need it to. And you can have both lights set to app, choose one light, make your setting on it, then back up in the app, pick the other light, make the same setting on it. So it is doable. That's really the only thing that I found that I don't really like about these. Although to be honest, most of the time I'm just going to use them set at 5600 Kelvin, and I'm only going to be adjusting the temperature. And since I don't have any other lights that I use an app for, I'm happy to come back here and use the little knob on the back of the light. But that doesn't mean that we won't start seeing some of these effects just for the heck of it. For instance, I can set that light back there, get back into the app here, and I can set a background color there if I want to. Turn the overhead lights in the office off. Now that means the first light is a little bit dim, so I can back out again. That light doesn't change if I break the connection with it. So then I can reselect this other light over here. Really, I need 2 lights. It would have been nice to have the 3 light set, and I think they sell it as a 3 light set as well as the 2 light set, so that you can have a background light or a hair light or whatever you want to call it, a key light and a fill light, and I could use a little bit of a fill light here. But I can turn the overhead lights back on, and that sort of does that, but it really washes out that light back there. Anyways, this is not a tutorial on video lighting. I need to work with these things a little bit more, really learn more about them. I just thought I would share them with you since GVM took the time and the trouble to send them out for us to look at. These look like they're going to be good, useful lights, and I don't know if I'm going to use them more in the blacksmith shop for those videos up there or videos down here. I like flat panel lights because they don't have as big a footprint. They don't take up as much floor space. Even though the light is up here, you still got to walk around it. The flat panel lights are much easier to deal with, easier to ceiling mount. So I really do like those, especially up in the shop. But it would be nice to have a set in the house to use for videos on the John Switzer channel. So there's a pretty good chance these are going to have to live in the house. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for the next video.